Somebody's phone. Well, hurts my phone. You look like it's still morning, girl. That's the same look you have at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hey, honey. Look who I just hugged. There's Ebony. Hey, Ebony. And Bridget. Oh, Bridget, look at that picture. That is, look at that. That's gorgeous.
Really pretty. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause the recording because I don't want to. Whatever. When they go into the next level. All right. You know what I mean? When you just go on the next level, and everybody that is in the club, he plays jazz and plays with Donetta Davis and all that sort of things, all that. But Philip was playing, he was doing just playing all night. And everybody talking, listening and talking. And then he did a solo. And everybody knew because he did something that everybody stopped because they knew a new energy, a new level had come into the room. So that's powerful. That's how I'm feeling right now. You know, that God is really fulfilling and bringing forth what we've been praying for. It is harvest time now, right? It's time to pick it, go and get it. And we are the people. What's that song? We are the people that can do it. What is that song? Oh, Winans. That's our Winans, yeah. So yeah, I'm just super excited, and God has been telling me all year since we started the Elizabeth, Grand Rising Elizabeth, and that it is time. Yeah, it is time, and not excluding our brothers, sisters. We got some work to do. We got some healing to do. You know, because we are the birthers. That's why we have an organization called Elizabeth. It's a Grand Rising Elizabeth. Every morning we come together Monday through Friday, and we, you know, it's been going on for 30 years. But Elizabeth is about when Mary went to visit her cousin Elizabeth, because she said, you know, the angel came and said, well, you're going to have a baby. And she said, well, how? I haven't been with anybody. And then when he said, well, the Holy Ghost is going to hover over you and you're going to become pregnant and such. But he also said, oh, yeah, your cousin Elizabeth is also with child, carrying a miracle because she was old in age and such and barren. So as Mary goes up to Elizabeth, what happens? Her baby leaps. And my baby has been leaping like crazy since every one of y'all walked in this door. You know, even in the anticipation of us being together today. I'm with several of these sisters here every day, almost every day, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. And we just talked about, we had different subjects, different hosts. Just like going, you wake up in the morning, you all live in a mansion, right? And you know, you get up and you go down in the kitchen every day. There's a different set of something that in the kitchen cooking. So you're gonna eat a baby preferably that day. So we all together, and we talk about first is money. Tuesday, some wellness, Lizi. Yeah. The third is transformation. So, and finding purpose and passion. So, we went to join now. So in all of that, what our purpose is that we create this space and opportunity for people to express and experience full self-expression into their passion and get paid. And I didn't know how the and get paid was going to happen until Danielle had been telling me, you need to come here, she was telling me about the products that they have. And then she started talking about Jewel, and she started talking about the program and all of that. And it just fit so perfectly in my life. You can ask God for stuff, but you better be able to discern when it shows up, And so, yeah, and so I have joined this platform so that my visions and my dreams can come forth. And I know that I have a team, which is super important for me, that I have a team of them to help me in all those different areas of finance. I don't know nothing about Bitcoin. I don't know. I bought something, but I didn't know what I was doing. And that money is just sitting up there. And then the gold and the silver and stuff, I delved in a little bit, but I don't know about it. And we as a people, we need to know about it, not just turn our money over to somebody else and let them make the decisions. You want to know, at least know what you're doing and about it. So when, so I went to that first meeting, I said, this is the real deal. And the real deal is that there was another sister who came here, and then I'm going to introduce actually Danielle. And her name is Queen Afua, which is the reason why we're here in this space is because of her. But she said, I am like, her name just go right over my head. Harriet Tubman. She said, because her stance is that the healing is in your house, it's in your kitchen. And that every household will get healed. That's her stance. And so when I heard, when I heard Jewel say it, she said, if y'all see a block, she said, I'm gonna tell you, you better buy it. You better buy it. We have the push behind us to do what we need to do. Anyway, so I want to, Danielle, I'm gonna have Danielle come and she's going to share about the TAVEverse, the products, and then we're going to do one thing.
Okay, so the reason why we're all here is because obviously we want more out of life of what's going on right now. And I've been a TAVEverse distributor for a year this past April. And TAVEverse, you don't know, is a Black-owned fitness, finance, and travel company. The owner of the company, his name is Kenny Lloyd. He's a Detroiter. He's from here. He made his millions at another company and had the opportunity of creating basically something for us by us and wanted to help our community. So they've always had the fitness part. They have a travel sector as well. And for a year, I've been watching them get it together, try to work it out with different organizations of getting the financial piece, the financial literacy part. Well, back in March, he brought on a friend of his by the name of Tankard. Jewel is also a Detroiter as well, born and raised. So basically, they brought this financial education piece, which I feel has always been a missing in our community. We talk about generational wealth, but we get bits and pieces, but not enough to actually get to the generational wealth. And so TAVEverse has been going on since March of this year. I have watched Detroit members buy property. We're on their 5th and 6th property since March. It's been tips and tricks and secrets that I'm pretty sure other cultures talk at the dinner table, but we don't because we don't know it. Now here's the opportunity to get in and actually know it. I call it the HBCU of financial literacy. It has definitely changed. I've been in TAVEverse. I officially signed up. I think yeah. I officially signed up in July, and my whole wealth conversation has changed. Just being around the conversation of wealth, being around African Americans who are on the same page of securing their bag. You know, we have some of the top-notch educators who I absolutely love because they're in my age bracket. So it's like you're giving me everything within the juiciness of it all, and people are doing it in an extremely fast pace. Like it's not taking 6 months to see progress. So I'm going to introduce Dr. Jewel Tankard. From what I've known so far, like I said, she's from Detroit. She's a doctor. She has a doctor of finance and economics. She is just absolutely amazing. She knows her stuff. And what we have with TAVEverse is we have her team of people who deal with the credit, who deal with the funding, who deal with the mortgage, who deal with strategies and everything. Systems and also mindset. I want to say my business partners so far is Queen Aduni and my girl Lakeisha and her son. Like once you get signed on, it is addictive to get this knowledge because you're instantly going to start to apply it and start seeing a huge difference in everything. So I'm not going to take up any more time. I'm going to introduce Dr. Jewel Tankard so she can tell you more about TAVEverse.
All right. How's everybody doing? Y'all go with your jackets and sweaters, and my mouth is big, so I think. Well, they people hear me. I think. I want to make sure you're the thing here. Yeah, my mouth is pretty big. So I'll start here. Okay, perfect. All right, let's give it up for Miss Sheila, who's hosting the Awesome. I'm excited. And Danielle, thank you. Let's give it up for her. I thought it was all week. If you don't clap, you know with this one. No, I'm pretty excited. I'm born and raised here in Detroit. My parents actually owned a. Was that so long if I was on that? It's the move. Pick it up. So one of the guys for me. Just ready to put it right here. I'll probably talk to you guys. But yeah, I was born and raised here in Detroit. Actually, literally. Oh, thank you. Let's give it up for the brother. I literally was born and raised right at Chrysler. Yeah, and on Lafayette. And then 1300 East Lafayette, grew up there. And then my parents owned a record store called LaGreen's Records and Tapes. Anybody remember LaGreen's? Yeah, downtown Detroit on Gratiot Roundup, and then Grand River and Griswold. And so I grew up in Detroit, and I saw my parents work really hard, and they provided a really great living for us. My dad asked me the other day, literally Sunday, we have Sunday dinners all the time. And he goes, yeah, I was just wondering how much are you and your sisters going to give me for keeping y'all out of the hood? I was like, you know, Dad, I got you. But yeah, I'm really grateful. Went to King High School for a year and went to Detroit Country Day and University of Liggett. So I've definitely spent a lot of time here. And then actually graduated from U of M. Any Wolverine fans are here? All right. And so if I had to do it all over again, I would have went to HU. That's where I sent my daughter Howard, right?
Yeah, I graduated from St. Though, but I was the Howard first, the first 2 years.
Oh, wonderful. Yay. What years did you go?
2013, 2015.
Okay, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I go on campus and they think I'm her sister, and she's like, Mom, this is the morning. I'm like, don't worry about it.
Can you all hear clearly?
Those are just phenomenal places. But it's kind of like Daniel said, we've been able to be blessed to really
Just put in the
together.
chat. Can you hear
So
clearly?
it definitely feels very much like a HBCU finance, where we put together a financial ecosystem that helps people get their credit together on a personal level, help get their business to credit together. So that we want to teach you how to use credit. Because most of the time when people think about having good credit, they think, okay, if I got good credit, I can go buy a nice car, I can maybe, get a house, but honestly, it's how the wealth become wealthier. They never use their own money, they use other people's money. And so depending on who your financial mentor is what you'll think about money. I love Dave Ramsey, great guy, but I don't follow any of his philosophy because he's for the average guy. So he's gonna teach you how to get out of debt, stay out of debt. I was grateful, my book is right next to his book in Barnes & Noble. And so my philosophy is more like Robert and Kim Kiyosaki, who have become very good friends of mine, and particularly Kim, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, in that you want to use debt to actually build wealth. Now, there is a such thing as bad debt, right? I don't want to necessarily have to use debt for things like groceries and, car notes and things like that. Sometimes if you're in a tie, you got to do what you got to do. But ultimately, the goal is to use the debt to buy homes that cash flow. Everybody say cash flow. Yeah. Okay, so there are two main ways to make money in real estate. Actually, there are a few ways, but two main ways that we teach you is we teach you how to buy a property, get a tenant in that property, and then have that tenant pay you, right? That's, everybody say cash flow. Yeah. Okay. The other way you can make money in real estate is buy and flip. So that means that you buy a property like I'm doing right now. I literally bought a property for $35,000. The rehab was costing me $20,000, but I'm going to put it back on the market in about 2 weeks for $120,000. Right? So then that's going to give me capital. Everybody say capital. So that's a lump sum amount of money that I'll make right around between $60,000 and $70,000 just from one buy and flip, right? So it's a great way. Now, $60,000, that's some people's salary. So now imagine if you're doing a couple buy and flips in a month, right? Couple buy and flips, maybe even you do one buy and flip a quarter. You'll learn that I like speed. So I like to do things very fast, but thank God for my colleagues. Candace is she would say things like, maybe we can do a buy and flip in a quarter. That would bore me, right? I'm like, no, let's do a buy and flip, every single month. I want to be doing a buy and flip. So you get an opportunity though to determine what works for you, right? Because some of you might say, no, I actually like what Candace would teach. I want to slow it down a little bit. And then some of you might say, no, I really like the speed that Joel's talking about. So you'll be able to actually find yourself in the financial ecosystem. So whether you want to go really big, strong, and all in, you can. Or if you say, hey, I want to take my time, I want to see how it goes, you'll be able to do whatever you want to do. So it's up to your risk tolerance. It's up to who you are as a person. Each investor, I think we learn a lot from each other, but we also kind of understand and learn, like, what is my genius spot? Because I believe everybody has a genius spot. And once you find out what your genius spot is, and you hang out with other people that's in their genius spot, then all of you end up making a lot of money together. And so that's what we've been able to do here at TAVEverse, is pull together people who have really, really perfected their genius spot. So Candace is really, really good at teaching on mortgages and understanding interest rates and how to structure deals and seller finance and all kinds of amazing creative deals that allows you to come into this real estate space, right? And then you have Phil. Phil is amazing. We'll teach you about real estate, period, deal evaluation. As a matter of fact, this buy and flip that I bought literally like probably going on 3 weeks ago, I still haven't seen it yet here in Detroit on the west side. Come on, sir. I haven't even seen it yet, but because I learned how to do deal evaluations, right, from Phil and Candace, I can just look at the numbers and see, do the numbers make sense? And if the numbers make sense, I know to ask a couple questions, are there any, what's the neighborhood like? Mainly what are the comps, right? What's the, what are, the contractors that I work with, they know now what I like. They know the color scheme that I like. They know the appliances that I like. They know that I want them to become friendly with their neighbors. When I go into the neighborhoods, I'll get there probably tomorrow. I won't even get there today. I'll probably get there tomorrow. Maybe I'll get there today. We'll see. But the point is, I'll be able to go in and say hello to the neighbors. So you learn as an investor things that you like, things that you don't like, things you want to do, and things that you don't want to do. But what I love about this is that you don't have to be there. Everybody say, I don't have to be there. I don't have to be there. And so what we do is we teach you how to, God bless you. What we do is we teach you how to set up the systems so that the money is turnkey. Everybody say turnkey or automatic. So I want your money automatic. I want your money turnkey. I want that money coming in, whether or not you show up, whether or not you're in the city. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of our vanilla brothers never even come into Detroit. We own tons of property in Detroit. So you do not have to be a part of the process. I recommend being a part of the process in the beginning so that you can learn, you can know what you like, you can learn what you don't like. You can set expectations for property management and all those kinds of things. Well, ultimately, you really don't have to be a part of that process at all, as long as the numbers make sense. Everybody say, as long as the numbers make sense. So we're gonna teach you all those things because, you know, owning real estate or doing a real estate deal, all things are not created equal, right? So you need to learn these different things. How many of you right now own your own home that you live in? You own your own home that you live in, raise your hand. Okay, great job. And how many of you right now own an investment property?
Raise your hand on that.
Okay. Okay, you have an investment, one, two, one. Okay, one. So now I'm glad you guys said that. Let's give them a hand. And let's give those a hand to own their own property. All right, those of you that are renting, everybody just say, my renting days are over. They can be totally over. Now, here's the thing that I want to say to you is that the reason that most people don't scale in real estate, they don't get past one door, is because they lack mentorship. Right? We need mentorship for every area of our lives, right? And whatever you want to become really good at, you have to have a mentor for. If you want to become wealthy, what do you have to study every day? Well, you got to study wealth every day. You can't study the problems every day. You can't study the issues every day. You can't study who got laid off. You can't study inflation. You can't study those things. You got to study the wealthy, right? And so I have a session that I do every week. My session this week will not be on Wednesday at 11, or usually it's Wednesday at noon, you guys time. It'll be on Thursday at 10 o'clock your time, because I've got meetings set up at that time tomorrow. But I do a whole session on wealth, because wealth really, and you've heard this before, but wealth really is an inside job. It is the intent of inner focus every day. Every day, where's your focus? If your focus is on where you are, then you stay where you are. If your focus is on where you wanted, what you want in life, then that's what's going to happen. The number one greatest thing that anybody could ever ask themselves is, what is it that I want? What do I want? Because once you determine what you want and you work at it every day, everybody say every day. So becoming wealthy is not an event. It's not an event. It's not a meeting. It's not, I went to this wealth conference, or I went to this wealth meeting, or I signed up for TAVEverse because I wanted to become wealthy. It's decisions that I make every day. It's what am I doing every single day? Where's my focus every day? And, you know, and I know right now we're in a culture where people really like to go into their past and, you know, talk about the trauma and, you know, and I don't want to be unempathetic to that, but I'm saying that every time you talk about any event in your life that brought you pain, you relive it all over again. Sure. So what I can't control my past, but I can control my future. So what you have to do, and this is what you'll find about wealthy people, they rarely reference the past unless it is just a point of reference. They're obsessed with the future because that's what they can control. So what they do is they carve out a vision for what they want. They carve out a vision of seeing themselves on a yacht, coasting up the south of France. They see themselves, you know, pulling into the penthouse in Miami and, you know, going up the elevator. They see the concierge opening up their door. They see the Bentley. They see the Rolls Royce. They see the mansion in this state. They see everything that they do. They see first. There's no difference between you and them. You know, my ex-husband called one day and said he wasn't coming back. We just had a baby. I was in a 2-bedroom apartment. But I knew I was in a 2-bedroom apartment, girl. All right. So I moved back home with my parents. And then when I moved back home with my parents, it was so comfortable. I come from a very loving family. My aunt is here. Say, hey, auntie, over there. I come from a very loving family. And it would have just been great for us all just to be cozy together. Right? But I had a vision that I wanted my own. Right? That I wanted more out of life. And so I had to get a vision for what I wanted my life to look like, because otherwise that place of comfort could have kept me there. on 11 Mile in Greenfield, which is where they lived at the time, right? And so everything that you're living today is where your focus has been yesterday. And so I do a lot of teaching on that, because to tell people you can become an investor and make, 6 figures a month from investing, or 7 figures a month from your cash flow, and all you know is struggle, sometimes it ain't, the math ain't working. You be like, child, that's for them. No, it's for you. So the only thing you got to do is change you first. So we do a lot of mind work every day. I spend about 3 hours a day doing mind work. What I'm listening to. I'm very, very intentional about what I listen to, right? Because I realize that my thinking is going to shape my actions, and my actions are going to shape my behavior, and my behavior is going to shape my decisions, and my decisions are going to shape my results. So if I don't like my results, I have to change my thinking. And so that's why I only use the past as a point of reference. I was in an abusive relationship, a bunch of different stuff, but it has no impact on my life, right? Because I've made such a big vision that the hurt that I experience, the vision is much bigger than the hurt that I experience. And everybody can do that, right? And so you have to be very, very careful. I'm pretty child. But the point is I want everybody, especially people that look like me, I want everybody to be able to live their dream. Right? If you want to live in the city, I want you to live in the best neighborhood in the city. Right? You want to live in West Bloomfield, I want you to live in West Bloomfield. If you want to send your children to University of Lincoln, I want you to do it. Whatever you want to do, I want you to be able to do it. But you know what? The number one thing you got to do is work on you. Because until you take full responsibility for your life, nothing changes. As long as it's somebody else, as long as it's my ex-husband's fault, breakthrough income. Right? I was like, give you a child support. And then when they finally granted it, was only $100 a week. What you gonna do with that? Right? So I have to make a decision that before whatever he does or doesn't do is not going to predicate my success with my daughter. You see what I'm saying? So so really, and sometimes that's hard because we want to blame an ex-husband, we want to blame a mom, we want to blame a dad, we want to blame a friend, we want to blame seem like to me, but it's not you. And so what you got to do is put yourself in a position to become that person that saves you. And this is what TAVEverse does. We help people to get in a position to get your credit together, because it doesn't matter what your story is that got you where you are. What matters is the vision that you craft for where do we go from here. Right? That's really what, go ahead and clap, child. That's really what matters is what do I want right now? Where am I going right now? How am I going to end 2023? What is 2024 going to look like for me? Did anybody see the movie Burial, Willie Gary story? Oh, child. Let me tell you something. If you want to see it, it's on Netflix. Go and watch it. It's really good. It's called Burial, and it's based on Willie Gary, the attorney. He was a fighter. He was a real fighter, and he had a lot of circumstances, but he fought. Has anybody seen the series Super Pumped? It is about the founder of Uber. That's really good. All these guys that were super successful were all fighters. They all knew what they wanted their lives to look like. And so sometimes you got to get around other fighters, right? To remind you, hey, I can't own this block. Hey, I can't own 50 doors. Hey, I can't own over 100 doors. And we're going to teach you how to do that. So when you make a decision today to start TAVEverse, you make a decision that today I win. Because some of you are used to hearing information and being like, everybody said, oh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Come on, say that. And then, because here's what happens. Everything in life is a pattern. The more conscious you become of your thoughts, the more likely you'll be able to change them. The more conscious I am of those feelings, the more likely I am I can break through, right? And these are in the word of God, right? So if I'm conscious of the fact that when I get ready to go to a next level, I talk myself down, right? That's what most of us will do. But we got to be around people that can talk us up and push us over. And I I get ready to buy my first apartment building that Candace found for me, clap it up. And when I started going through all the underwriting issues, everybody said, "Ooh, child."
Oh, yeah.
Underwriting issues, I call Candace some days like, I don't know. I can be fine. So let's look at some other banks. Let's do da. And then I called the girl I was getting the bank from, and then getting the loan from. I was like, I don't know. And then, I mean, it was just a few areas. And I called Phil, another educator on the team. It's like, they're there, you're fine. And he's like, no, this is definitely annoying, but you're fine. And so what was happening was, I was watching their response to what I consider annoying. Their response helped me to change my response.
Yeah.
It's not the process that you go through, it's my response to the process.
Message.
Yeah.
Good.
So.
Right.
But now, watch this. But now, most people are not used to making their own decisions.
Yeah.
Most people don't even realize they have a financial instinct. What happens is when you realize you got a financial instinct, and you're like, oh, can I trust my instinct? And sometimes what you have to do is allow people that have become more successful than you to help you make a decision where you probably would not make a decision. Because when it comes to change, though you want change, your pattern has been, let me wait.
Yeah.
Ooh, child.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, let's make a decision. You're like, let me go home and talk to, let me go ask, let me pray about it. Let me think. Now think about this. If I'm going to learn something new, do I know how to think about that? Not really, because if I make a decision that I want to learn how to speak Chinese, I just have to decide that I want to speak Chinese because I don't know enough to think about Chinese. Right? So when you start understanding, okay, this has been my pattern. When I went from 1 million to 5 million in a year, it was a lot of me dissecting. Whoa. Why are you hitting this? Why do you keep hitting this and you can't seem to break through?
Yeah.
Right? Because then I had to become aware that my thinking got me where I was, but I'm going to have to rely on somebody else's thinking to take me to decimillionaire status.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then I had to really grow up and be a big girl. Okay, because it's easy, especially for women, to just say, well, my husband, no. Like, God has a portion of wealth just for you. All right.
Thank you.
Come on, bro. Right. Yes. Because
Good news.
it is good news. Because when God gave man a brain, he also gave what? Woman a brain. But now if I don't use my brain, I don't ever come into the fullness of what I could have, and everything results back to, I need to ask him, because you never came into your own.
Yeah.
And so I really think it's inhumane to have to ask another human being for a small amount of money. Because you really should have your own.
Good.
All facts. And that's men too. I mean, I see men that get, oh, let me check. I'm gonna check with my wife. I'm like, where are your kahunas? Excuse me.
Yes.
Like you should like I think it weakens the other partner when you start asking for little small permissions to just follow your own gifts and talents and instincts.
Right.
I never asked him for permission because I had one daddy and now I'm an adult and I'm adulting. Thank you. Yeah, right, yeah. So you guys making a decision to partner with us. So you have my commitment, you have Candace's commitment, you have my aunt's commitment. They're here all the time. I'm here literally every month. I'll be right back here in a couple of weeks. And then I'll be back here again for Thanksgiving. So we're committed to making sure you guys really get what you need. Do we have slides that we're supposed to be looking at, I guess? Yeah, are there any slides? Are there slides we're looking at? I don't know. I mean, we don't have to, I'll go over the packages for them to get started. So there's 4 different packages that you can participate in here with TAVEverse. So the top package I'm going to talk about is the VIP package. Now that VIP package basically gives you access to what we have Wealth Mastermind every single month, okay? Now in those Wealth Masterminds, I bring up other certified multiple millionaires that share their story about strategy and things like that. So you have an opportunity to actually hear from them. Got it? So that gives you access to that. And it gives you access to when we have events or conferences that have VIP seating, okay? And then you'll also get 24 different nutritional products if you decide that you want those. Okay, now I'm a big fan of nutrition. Those are some of the nutritional products: multivitamin, CBD organic coffee, detox tea, which definitely helps to get rid of the waistline. I probably lost about 10 pounds because I was looking like I was about 4 months pregnant before, but I was able to get rid of it with the detox tea. Like, for real, it's the real deal. Now that's optional. Everybody say optional. If you just want the financial ecosystem, you can get that. Got it? Now, that's the everybody say $1,200. Okay, and then you'll get the entire financial ecosystem. Everybody say the entire financial ecosystem. So that's everything we've been talking about. How to do mortgages, how to structure the deal, how to do core evaluation, short-term rental, long-term rental, Section 8, VA, prison reform, the list goes on. You'll also learn how to set up the systems. Everybody say systems. Because you don't want to run your real estate business like I did in 2016. It was the give it up, okay? And I was just, using somebody from the church where the Earl was knocking on the door like, Keisha! That's how I was collecting rent. You don't want to do it like that. We want to make sure that it's actually set up the right way, and your accounting is set up the right way, and your profit and loss statements, your income, your expenses, we help you to set up, make sure you're setting up separate accounts for that. You gotta buy, a fix and flip account. You got a cash flow with your tenants paying account. So everything is super, super clean and easy to track. So, when it's time for taxes, and the beautiful thing about real estate, you end up are able to write off a lot of taxes as well, right? Because of depreciation and things like that. So we have tax strategists and accountants on the team. So we really have everything that you need on the team, marketing, everything that you need on the team, really. So everybody say $1,200 plan. So that's the VIP plan. Okay. Now then there's a $500 plan. The $500 plan gives you about 12 nutritional products, and you have access to the entire financial ecosystem. So every package, everybody say every package gives me access to the financial ecosystem. Okay. Then the $300 plan gives you like 5 nutritional products, but you get the entire financial ecosystem. And then the $200 plan gives you access to 2 nutritional products, but the entire financial ecosystem. Then every month after that, it's $150. Okay, so the $150 is for the continuing education. We have 6 sessions every single night where you can get on and watch those sessions. If you can't get on, you can go back and watch the replay. Some of the sessions are really, really good. So you want to go back and watch the replay because you're like, okay, I need to hear that again. All right. Brianna's phenomenal in credit. She does a whole thing in credit stacking, which now I'm doing. So pretty much everything that they taught us, I'm doing as well. So I want people to know that because I think that's important. Because sometimes you can be a part of something, but not be a part of it. Like, I'm the visionary of it, but I'm very much a student and I'm very much learning from these guys. They're brilliant. Okay. All right. So let's review the plans. What's the first plan? The VIP plan is how much? Good job, class. All right. And that gives you access to all VIP sitting And then the wealth mastermind groups every month, plus 24 nutritional products. The $500 plan, you get the entire financial ecosystem, right?
Yes.
You get it with all the plans, right?
Yes.
And then that gives you 12 nutritional products. All right, and then the $300 plan gives you 5 nutritional products, and then the $200 plan gives you 2 nutritional products. You got it?
Yes.
All right, any questions? How much is it a month? All right. Wealthy people do what? How do they make decisions fast or slow?
That
What are they trusting? What are they pulling on?
instinct.
Their instinct. Is your instinct in your belly or your head?
In your
It's
belly.
in your belly,
Mm.
right? Because you still are gonna have what? Questions, right? So you're supposed to have questions, but you never let a question stop. Follow the belly and the head will catch up.
Yeah.
Ooh, child.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Right? No, seriously, their head will catch up. So what you do is you start learning how to learn and earn. And there's a teaching that I do on how to build momentum. And that's really how you do it. You build momentum, because you can get into a flow. And once you get into that flow, don't go far, Candace, because I'm about to call you up here.
Oh, okay.
You need to, oh, go ahead, okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna help you with this.
Oh, the slides, oh, thank you. All right, so TAVEverse, hard asset education, oh, I don't think they can, let's just take them to the, because the people here can't see it. So let's just take them to all the packages.
Okay.
All right, any questions for me? Any questions for me? Yes,
You didn't mention the 30 days. Is that still active? 530 days?
oh, yeah, okay, good.
Yes.
So if you want to do the 1,200, but you're like, can I get a little bit of time? Yes, you can do $500 plan and within 30 days upgrade to by paying the $700. You can do that with any of the packages. So if you do 300 now, you can upgrade in 30 days and pay $900. Got it? Yes.
So you do it after the 30, you have to pay for 12.
Right.
Upgrade.
Right. But I got you, girl. Okay. Anybody else, any other questions? What y'all think about what you heard? Leaders are thinkers.
Good.
Yeah. Amen. Thank you. What, I want a question though. What are you thinking about what you heard? Yes, ma'am.
What if we just put in stuff? In the wisdom of finance.
Right. So that's a
Does
good.
that make sense?
It does. It makes a lot of sense because most of us have not been taught.
Yes.
And when we've not been taught.
I'm
then
gonna screen
unfortunately,
share, okay, you
keeps
guys?
us in a place where we're not where we want to be. So what I
Well-
would say is figure it out and get the money. Because the only way
This
to
is
change is
screen
to
share.
educate, right? I could be ignorant on stem cells. I know a little bit about stem cell. I like stem
What
cell.
if I find that?
But if somebody was to ask me to break down the entire functionality of stem cell, I'm not gonna be able to have a conversation. But if I really want to learn stem cell, then I have to get with other stem cell experts. And I have to listen to them. It's almost like, I tell people, wealth is a language. It's a language. So it's almost like when you started learning English, if you can remember back that far, they started us out with like the vowels, right? And then we learned A, E, I, O, U, right? Okay. And then you learn, right? And then you started learning what nouns, pronouns, adjectives, prepositions, prepositional phrases, paragraphs, theses. Wealth is the same way. So once you come into something like TAVEverse, you're going to learn the foundational things, and then over time, what went over your head, you'll now begin to comprehend it. So I listen to billionaires a lot. When I first listened to them, I was like, I don't know what y'all talking Right. But because I kept listening to it, and then I was in an environment where I could ask questions, then I started to comprehend it. So now anything in the financial world, not anything, but a lot of things, I can have very fluent conversations, but I on purpose. Everybody say on purpose. On purpose. Everybody say intentionally. Intentionally. Put myself in the ear gate of them that I'm going to become.
Yes.
So if all my circle, everybody's struggling, everybody's talking about the economy is bad, but then you got our vanilla brothers coming in from other countries and buying up in your city.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because you don't understand what you have because you haven't been taught.
Right now.
Yeah. So the goal is to make sure that we intentionally put ourselves in position to learn. Because the thing about wealth, the Bible talks about how wealth is a defense. And it also is a preserver. It preserves energy, it preserves strength, it preserves youth. Listen, don't let nobody tell you it don't matter. Okay? It very much matters. It matters where you eat, where you sleep, how you think, what you drive, what you wear, right? And this is just a point of testimony, so know my heart. I say this by the grace of God. It literally takes me like, I have, God has really blessed my husband and I tremendously. It takes me like, I have to have a whole team to move my summer clothes to winter. And I say that with all humility, it's God. But I had a vision for my wardrobe. Come on, someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, I have to do it in time because I always give a lot too. So when I bring down summer clothes or winter clothes like we're doing now, and I bring down winter clothes, I'm like, oh, do I want to wear that? Oh, do I want to get it that way? So I'll try stuff on. I'm a real girl. I'll try stuff on. My husband will be like, come in here, let me see. I'm like, you can't listen to you. You're gonna say everything's cute. I can tell that stuff he said, but anyway. Everybody's lying. But I had a vision for them. I had a vision for them. So what I'm saying is that all you gotta do, what's your name?
Dorothy.
Dorothy, so you just say, I have a vision to be wealthy.
Yes,
Say that.
I have a vision to be wealthy.
Say, I will be wealthy.
I will be wealthy.
Say, I'm young,
I'm young,
I'm adaptable,
I'm adaptable,
I'm flexible,
I'm flexible,
I'm ready to learn,
I'm ready to learn,
I'm ready to grow.
I'm ready to grow.
Some people, age has nothing to do with purpose.
Amen. That's good.
People like obsess over their age, and I'm like, you need to obsess over your purpose. You need to obsess with who you want to become.
Yes.
Right? You need to obsess with what you want. You need to obsess with how you're gonna live. That's what you need to obsess with. And whatever you obsess with, remember, it's the inner focus. And so these classes, when you guys get on these classes, that's what I mean. They all of that. Because if you put a focus on Candace's classes, you will end up owning real estate.
Yes.
You focus on my class, you will become wealthy. You will be bi-coastal. Candace was with me at our beautiful Atlanta home, just over the weekend, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
Wow.
And now I'm at the Detroit home. But I had an inner focus that this is how I was going to live.
Wow. Yeah.
Wealth doesn't come because you just want it. It's a focus. It's an area of focus. Your whole life is an area of focus. So anything that you want, you don't see, if you focus on it, it runs you down. Right? And so if you focus on Phil's class, you'll own a lot of real estate. So the classes are really designed and customized for us. I love everybody, I really do. But they really for our people. Because we're the ones that have not grown in real estate since segregation. And that is a real problem. And so you just have to make the decision. So I want to ask, yes, ma'am.
I have, just to, when you were asking us questions about whether we were, owners of our property or what the situation is, I didn't hold my hand up when you said, do you have investment property? And I recognize that I have a family home that I've held on to and
Mhm.
paid the taxes and just kind of made, struggle to keep it with the rising costs. But I
Let's
have
clap
that
for her
property.
for that.
I haven't been doing it as an investment. I'm renting it to a family member. And just feeling good, I'm helping her and her little family. But I get calls every week from somebody wanting to buy that property. And I just say, no, no, but I need to be more informed as to what that property is.
Absolutely.
And what it would be.
Yeah, congrats on the family home. Congrats on helping the family. I hope they're paying the rent. Cannabis will help you with pulling equity out of that property. If there is equity there and using that as a down payment or something else. Yeah, so she'll teach all that.
Expand.
Hmm?
You can multiply and expand with just the asset that you have. I mean, you have a treasure right there. You basically could be sitting on a gold mine and don't even know it.
Wow.
And through some of the things that you can learn, I mean, right now, I'm teaching about creative finance. That's like no money out of pocket. That's a bit advanced, but you can use traditional strategies. She's referring to home equity line of credit or home equity loan.
You refinance and.
Yep, you pull the cash out, so you turn bricks into cash money. Literally, leave wall, turn it into cash. They'll give you a check in your hand at later. And you can go apply that to any other asset. And using TAVEverse, learning from Phil, learning from me and all the other educators, you can find Marquita. You can learn how to market that business. You can learn how to market to find tenants. You can use different strategies. If you don't want to, you can use affordable housing systems. That's a crisis that's happening right now. She didn't even get into the economic part. That's what she teaches on in addition to mindset. The beautiful thing about Dr. Jewel is that she is the fruit and she's eating the fruit. Does that make sense? Like, she lives what she does. So she's not telling you anything. Like, I'm just letting you know, she doesn't know mortgages, so she calls me. But she's a student. I mean, in her place of success and all the things that she's been able to do, she's still a student and learning.
Mhm.
And if you guys don't want to model that, y'all need to get out the room. I'm just telling you right now, if you can't model that, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's our leader
Yeah.
and she's learning from us. How powerful and humble is that? Jesus wiped the feet of his people.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying to you, get in the room, get in the TAVEverse. What are you waiting on?
Right.
And it starts with simple things like having the recognition. If you didn't get into this room, you may not have even had that thought to think about your family home.
Mhm.
And it can drive and take you to a place you never thought of.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know that? You could right now buy a 4-unit in this city, using that as a down payment, potentially putting that into a 4, 5, 6, 7 unit, depending on the amount of equity. You may have saved one between,
Yeah.
you know, right now, and that could put $2,000 a month in your pocket after all is said and done.
My people perish for lack of knowledge and then not acting on the knowledge.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dorothy?
So I have a home that I don't own, I'm paying on it. I don't say I own it, I have a mortgage. So that's not, to me, not owning it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still, when we think of that, I'm thinking of you.
Okay.
Right, I'm thinking of you. But this is the thing, all these scenarios, you guys are gonna learn.
Yeah.
And so if you're a guest, you're not in TAVEverse right now, I want you to stand up. You're a guest, you're not in TAVEverse right now. If you're in TAVEverse, stay seated. If you're in TAVEverse, stay seated. Let's give it up for our guests.
Yeah.
We have, our support team is phenomenal. You'll have access to us on a, no, stay standing. Our support team is really phenomenal. We're gonna work really closely with you, to make sure you're successful. We just need you to show up. So I always ask people to do this every city I do. come to whoever invited you, you'll sign up with them. But I just ask if you know, hey, this is something I need to do. I just wanna do elbow bumps, and this is why I like to do it, it's cause the reality is it does take courage to become wealthy.
Yeah.
It takes courage. I mean, I cannot tell you, people like, do you ever get afraid? I'm like, yeah, but I've learned I have to keep going. Because if I don't, I won't grow. If I make excuses, I won't grow. And if I don't have the money for small things, then I gotta figure out, I have to get the money because I have to invest in myself. See, a lot of times we think, oh, you don't understand, I'm working so much, or I got so much going on. But if you don't stop and invest in yourself, you will repeat the same life that you've already lived. The only way to change it is to invest. And I used to feel like that. I used to feel like, I'm a hustler. I'm out here. I'm a 14-hour-a-day girl, but I learned to take 3 of those hours and sit, write out my goals every day. Imagine, where am I going? What do I want? Watching my thoughts, focus, and having my inner focus on success. Okay, so what happens is when people do that, more opportunity comes for them.
Yep.
I just signed a big deal yesterday because I made a decision that I'm not going to say no to opportunities, that my capacity is expanding and there's a team for everything that you want to do.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to make a decision that I'm going to expand. Now I'll tell you, you might feel like you're being dragged. I'm like, no, he's learning. Right? I'm gonna randomly play Saturday. I'm really silly.
Yeah.
Y'all need to come out Saturday night and Sunday night, one of those nights. But anyway, like we're here to provoke you. We're not here to help you stay the same. I'm not here to rub your back about what happened to you. You already had enough of that happen. It's time for somebody now for you to allow somebody to push you into the economy so you can come into your finest hour, because money does change everything. Don't never let nobody tell you it don't matter. It does matter. And the more you have of it, the more effective you can be for your life and for the people that you love. You can't help nobody grow.
Man,
You say amen on that, chat, right? Right. And so if you want to get started with this, again, you're gonna sign up with whoever invited you. I just want to have an opportunity to do an elbow bump, just to tell you I'm proud of you. And Candace, when you come up here with me, Danielle, Auntie, come up here with me. So
I did have a question. What's the difference between 1 month of TAVEverse and the TAVEverse Mastermind?
So the $1,200 plan gives you access to the Wealth Mastermind that I do once a month with certified multiple millionaires. The other plans, you don't get that. So that's the main difference. So the plan, the $200 plan, $300 plan, and $500 plan are really all the same, except for you get more nutritional products in the bigger plan versus the smaller.
Okay, and so in the in the TAVEverse, regardless, excluding the mastermind, is that access to the classes that are provided?
Yes, all the packages give you access to the entire financial ecosystem.
Okay, and then the mastermind is a separate thing that is included with and then as long as paying the 150 amount,
You get access to all of
that
it.
gets you that continual access.
Exactly. Okay, all right, so if you want to get started, come on up here right now. I want to bump that elbow real quick and congratulate you. So those of you that's gonna get started and sign up with the person that invited you, come on up here right now. Come on, Chad. Yes, She said, why am I so scared? Because every time you go into the territory, Yeah, when you put it in territory, it can be scary. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. All right, listen, I want to thank you guys for coming. Turn it back over to Danielle. Or Miss Sheila, thank you. And hopefully I think out the bathroom. Yeah, another lunch and learn tomorrow, Wednesday and Friday. And the play is Saturday and Sunday. The sweet days, y'all can take it to all right, here, right? We got something really special and cool for you. Look at it. Look at it, Bobby. You're gonna stand up and you're gonna, she's gonna dance for you. This is the newest as you get up and talking and stuff with person, she's gonna perform. Can you get that up? Pam? Pam? We need the song. You need what? The song. Oh, you know what I. Yes. I also want you all to know that, right here. This is the millionaire mind right here, right here. But we are really serious. Y'all want to come on, whether you're, up or not, we're gonna be working this thing because it is important that all of our people have ownership. You know what? I look at this as when they talk about 40 acres and a mule, you're gonna give me up 40 acres and a mule. We're gonna take back our land. And this is how we do it. It doesn't have to be hard, violent, all that cumbersome. It just do these little things. And every household is blessed. Every household, no matter where you start at, they got a program from where you start. Okay, so we'll be doing a lot of things around TAVEverse because our people, we gotta save ourselves. We gotta teach ourselves. And we gotta line up with these children. Because what's coming down the pipe ain't no joke. And I'm teaching. Where's my phone? Oh, thank you. And we do have some presents up there. We have a new living kitchen. And supervised by Mama Roxanne. Vegan, so everything is taken, everything is heat. This, okay, we're gonna start from the beginning, turn it up. We need to do it on I got it.
Okay, so I'm in love. You get a song, you just all meet up the dance. And Paul, this one is gonna be me. All right. It's all about movement. Here we go.
Really quick. Spirit lead, spirit moving. I wanna know you more. Move all over my mind. Spirit moving, spirit teaching, spirit moving, spirit leading. I wanna know you more. In my spirit moving, spirit teaching, spirit leading, spirit moving. I wanna know you more. In my life, spirit moving, spirit teaching, spirit leading, spirit moving. Yeah.
Right, everybody get up. What in your chair?
Spirit. Spirit. I wanna spirit, spirit teach, spirit leading. I wanna love you more. Spirit moving, spirit teach me, spirit lead me. I wanna know you. I wanna know you more. Know you more. Oh, spirit teach me, spirit move me. Move me in the direction you want me to go. I'm your desire. I'm your desire. Move me, spirit. Open my eyes. Open my eyes. Lead me to need your guidance. Spirit move, spirit teach me, spirit lead me. I wanna know you more. In my life, Spirit move me, Spirit teach me, Spirit lead me. I wanna know. In my life, oh, Spirit teach me, Spirit teach me.
We got lentils, vegan. Delicious. Here's our chef, Mama Razia, and her husband.
We are a healthy lifestyle party that's been together for 36 years. And this is our celebration of our birthday month. We started in October of 1987. We're doing things to get us ready for the fall and winter. So today, your salad dressing, we made it from cucumbers, coconut milk, coconut cream, garlic, lemon. All right. I hope you like it. And then there's another store-bought one, rosemary. Remind us that this is the time to really get in your herbs, your garlics, your onions and things to help your immune system be ready for what's coming.
That's right.
The lentil soup, we chose whole lentils and some vegetables, and it also has lots of herbs like thyme, basil and things like that. So it's a little bit different. Then there's a corn muffin, a vegetable corn muffin. So it's a small meal, but hope you enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay, so, there's, the alkaline water, and Jewel wants to know about the water. Okay. And, yeah.
Greetings, everyone. If I speak on this, all right.
Yeah, I wanted to, say something quick.
Yes, I was going to do. How everyone doing today? Yes, as you were just saying, I'm set up over the corner. I do alkaline water and alkaline sun teas. The teas are brewed in sun, which is cold pressed, sweetened with agave, made in the alkaline water, I freeze them to preserve them. I don't put preservatives to stabilize them because they're harmful to the body. So I freeze them to preserve them. Y'all gotta excuse me because the beat is still here. That beat is still going. Well, I like that music, and that's more like house beat. So yeah, the spirit is there. So, and that's what I do. I put energy, which is spirit, in the water and teas. I use stones, crystals, or organized energy conductors to help line up the chakra and lower around the body. I play soothing music. I put my passion, my love into it, which enhances the energy in the waters and also in the teas. So if you're interested, you're welcome to come back. The price is back there for it as well. Other than that, I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening in, and your seeing eye. And I like to dance. I'm a dancing choreographer as well. So I was feeling the beat.
And you know what? Let me tell you another truth. And then I'm gonna sing it. I'm not gonna start now. But everybody wanna be Lord.
Bye, you guys. Sorry you're not here to eat some of this wonderful food, but you got fed in another way. Bye-bye.